and that's nice and relaxing. And then this also helps with circadian rhythm, and obviously not overwhelming your stimulatory system. All right, there's a bunch of systems that go on, and it's the limbic system. The central nervous system also functions like a reptile. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the pineal gland, all right, which is going to charge up in the sun if it's not too hot. All right, you know what I mean? So it likes to do that. It likes to kind of live like a reptile too, and that's a good part of a system as well. Um, and understanding those systems, like that's a stimulatory system, that's all going on with hypothalamus and pituitary gland, and then the thyroid can be hyperactive for many reasons, and it usually comes from touching stuff, all right, contacting things, all right, and then there's certain things that we wouldn't want people to be contacting because it creates a problem. It has in the past has repeatedly created problems with their thyroid gland and their bones and their chemistry and their DNA, because it's degenerative. All right, and even messing with something that's like bread, yeast and dough and bread and candida and wild animals that spread that stuff that is volatile. All right, you know what I mean? And then your system is trying to keep stuff from getting under your skin that shouldn't be there. And then there are things that you can put in there that are okay. All right, and then there are things that you shouldn't try to put in there, um, or be touching with in the first place, like oil based paint or lead based paint. All right, you know what I'm saying? Something that has a contaminant, something that carries a contaminant, is still what a high powered rifle is looking for. All right, and some police weapons and riot gear and the reason the carbon method is developed, and not just for police, all right, but for everybody, understanding a method that is carbon method that was created for probably around World War II, maybe before World War II, when they started making the M16, and stuff like that, and then it was the M4A1, and then it was something like the AR-15s. It doesn't really matter, but the concept here is that is why those laws were carried on, um, to secure and protect something, and to use materials that are safer, for people in general. All right, because then that metal does not become abrasive and it will not wrap around your body.